Hey, good morning, good evening, as it's said in the Philippines. It doesn't matter which it is, right? Just have a good day. All right, anyway, Michael coming at you. Just had some thoughts I wanted to share with you and those that are considering uh, their options, and what they see may not be what they get, in all cases, anyway. So, I once talked about this in front of an audience, and it's quite sobering. And since often I've heard that the better ones, they say they're Christian, and so maybe they and they alone would be more familiar with this concept, but this doesn't have to be only religious. This is also based on statistics. So you can go at it either way or think about it either way. But I want you to think about this. Now, biblically, it says a man's days is 70 and 80 if he's mighty. Now, we may read that and then just walk right over that. And just then the book gets set down and we never think about that a second time or give it a second thought. But when I was talking about this and in front of audience, I asked them, I says, well, let's do the math on this. There's no reason why we shouldn't. So I asked if they could take out their phones or if they had a pocket calculator to multiply 70 times 365, because that's how many days there are in a year. And when they did, I asked them for that number. And it was like 25,000 days if you live to be 70. And then I asked them to do the math on the 80. And I believe it's 29. It's a little higher number. So it's like 29 versus 25,000 days. But I asked them, please, let's not stop there. Now, the audience could be in the range of, say, anywhere from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and up. Okay? So I asked them then to do the math. But this time, I want them to use their age times 365, whatever that age may be. So I'm going to ask you, as the audience, I'm going to challenge you to do that math. 365 times your days. Now, when you do that and you come up with that number, it may not be 25,000, but it's going to be whatever number it is. Now, continuing on with the math or the equation, I want you to put that number, your number, underneath that 25,000. And then that would be, say, approximately, biblically or statistically, how many days you have left on this planet. Now, it also says biblically that a man does not know the days or the hours, right? And that unforeseen occurrences befall us all. So we don't really know when we're going to go. It could be sooner than later. But by statistics, man-made and biblically, that's the figure you come up with. So why do I say that's quite sobering? Because every day that we live on this planet, every day, everything that we do, we have to make it count. We have to do it with a sense of, this may be my last one, my last chance, if you want to look at it that way, to say something, to make a difference, to do something right by somebody else, to leave a mark, And I'm saying this to those that live there because in my 9 months of this transition or whatever, or realizing what I got myself into without realizing what I got myself into, I learned a lot, and I have been observing quite a bit, what I was considering and where I was going to go and what was there versus what's here. And was it different? And what was so different about it? And that's really where I come to understand that the whole world is kind of gone crazy, And something very disturbing to me. Maybe not to all of you. You might be happy about it. But I understand that the Archdiocese of the Catholic Church, or Pope even, just said that that he's going to either bless or allow the union of two sexes, same sex, which I think that we're most definitely, and I've been feeling this way for a time, and I'm not a doomsday preacher or anything like that, but I know the word, and you just kind of see that it's just we're going in the wrong direction, in my opinion. I'm all for love, but if you read what I've read, and come to understand, I think you too will understand that because of that, I don't think that there's any question that he's not in favor of that. And then to me, it'd be no different than walking in somebody else's house with your shoes on. It's just disrespectful. That's just my opinion. But when they now are going to allow it, I think that, there's going to be, some problems with that. Even with, creation in itself. I believe God's name means to create, or he causes to become. We're going to stop that by doing that. I did that years ago because I lost some children in a divorce, and not because I was a bad man or no good, hypergamy maybe, or people wanting more than I had and I couldn't provide enough. I provided, but it wasn't enough. Moved on, and there I was. So after that happened, I kind of took care of that by taking care of my ability to do that anymore, and that to create children, and I have regret it at times. I believe it's reversible, but I'm a little old for that, and I did it for a reason, good reason, at the time, so I'm going to live with that. But anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted you to concentrate on those numbers that I gave you earlier. And I want to, to try to encourage those who look at this and who are thinking that that Americans, we have it the way we have it here, but it's what's going on over there is going on over here too. But I'm trying to come to you honest and direct, showing you who I am and share my experience. And I want you guys, if you can, I don't know how you're going to do this, but I told you I've traveled before, and Mexico, Jamaica, these are countries. And let me see, I don't know if anywhere else that would be a country. But when I went to Jamaica, I'm going to tell you, the buzz was, at the time, was Bob Marley and dreadlocks and Rastafarians and some good smoke. Okay, that was the buzz when I went there, and there was a lot of very uninhibited people, yet it was confined to beaches. Sex on the beach, I think that's a popular drink. It didn't start off as a drink, I'm telling you. That was my experience there. A lot of Europeans, very uninhibited. However, that wasn't the whole attraction. It was the Bob Marley thing and the weed. Now, when it comes to the Philippines, from my 9 months of, just trying to check out what I was getting myself into as far as where I might go and maybe live, I was seeing a whole lot of something else that kind of is giving me the impression that it's almost like a mecca of, bikinied women and men. Bikinied women and men, I'm going to say it like that too. And I don't know, maybe that's the new utopia of a man, who's feeling his oats or feels like Tarzan and he wants to go there and mess around. But I don't know. I'm going to try to help, who I can work on these LDRs and stuff when it comes to that, as far as like the trickery of it, or to not just be upfront and honest. I do feel that they have like I think on Facebook even, since they like to use that so much, go to that what is it, something fund me or something like that, and tell your story and why you want money, instead of working on somebody else's emotions. or trying to tell them that something, and actually it's not even that as much as it is that you're telling somebody that you can get something that you can't get. And that may be true. That's why you're doing what you're doing, because you're trying to get into somebody else's pocket to get it. So those motives are just really not, to me, just because you think that somebody has it doesn't necessarily mean that they do. And sometimes, you know, when people are attracted to somebody else, or that they have a hope or a dream or a want, they take chances and they gamble. And I would say that that's not a smart way to go about it, even though some people do go about it that way, and I'm one of them, guilty of it, guilty as charged. I feel like that walk hard. Guilty as charged. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I just I thought that you know, that people, and you know what? Here's the deal. College, going to college anyway, province girl. This wasn't the girl in the bikini or in her panties and bra, you know, on the corner. This was the one that was, you know, probably got a hot tip from somebody that says, hey, you can get somebody like this and they'll straighten all this out for you because they got the resources. But I think what was really hurting me the most, after, you know, I just realized what was going on, that their resources are a lot larger than I would have imagined, you know, buying property and stuff like that. So that kind of really kind of threw me under the bus with that. I felt even more foolish, like, because I was considering it, you know. But then, you know, God saved me. It's like this story too. You know, you could put a frog in water, and then in a pan, put the heat on, but slow. Frog will stay in there until it's just boiled alive, because the temperature goes up at a slower rate. But if you put it in there when it was boiling hot, it's just going to jump right out, you know. So I'm going to be the boiling water that's going to let you know that maybe you should consider. Don't be lulled into something that you can't get yourself out of, or wind up somewhere. It's a lot different than home, you know. I notice sometimes, you know what's crazy? I'm walking down a street, I'm watching traffic go by, and everyone's consciously following rules, and there's lights and distances and things like that, and they go to school to do that even. And I've been watching, and not just the people as they drive, but to see where the stop signs are at, and you know, on every corner, you would think. And of course these are, you know, people are commuting, and kids crossing streets, animals, etc. I don't see a lot of trauma centers or people that could stitch you up if you fall off your vehicle. But there's no rules, it seems like, when it comes to, and so you guys can work on that one too. But anyway, that's me, Jake, and I. There's my baby. He's we're not even having some odd weather today. It's actually going to get up to 75, and then all next week it's going to be in the low 30s. So I feel like I'm telling you guys that are there, that are probably thinking that guy's going to be shoveling snow in a little bit, and you're not missing that much, and I know it. But just sharing an experience, giving you some thoughts and something to think about. All right, signing off. Have a good one. How's it go? Let me see. Hang on, I got to do that for you guys. You guys are going to show me another finger after a while. I hope not. There you go. Thumbs up, guys. Doing a great job. Let's all work together to make the world a better place, and share our thoughts and our days. Nothing wrong with that, right? We're good neighbors. A lot of what's that guy's name? He just passed away not too long ago. Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Would you be mine? All right. Well, you guys have a good one.